New research has again highlighted the dire humanitarian crisis in Sudan. According to the Sudan National Household Survey, the country's food emergency is affecting an estimated 18 million people. To discuss this, I am now joined by Oliver Kiptoo, who co-authored the report and is a research fellow at the International Food Policy Research Institute. Mr. Kiptoo, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon on Daytime Update. Now, we know that the food security has drastically worsened in Sudan due to the ongoing conflict there. Could you give us what we know about the scale of this emergency, a picture of that?
Thank you, Masa, for having me, and good morning, good afternoon to our viewers from around the world. Yes, so perhaps the right place to begin is to highlight the situation in Sudan, the magnitude of the crisis. So from April 2013, mid-April last year, up to just the beginning of this month, the conflict has resulted in over 17,000 fatalities, and majority of these are people in Khartoum, 7,000 of those deaths in Khartoum and Darfur, and also the Kordofan states. Yeah, so the recent report, the Global Report on Food Crisis, actually shows that 18 million people are currently experiencing crisis-level food insecurity, with nearly 5 million of those in emergency. So conflict remains the greatest driver of food insecurity in Sudan. So as we speak now, more than 9 million people have been displaced, and then 7 million within internally displaced, and 2 million seeking refuge across borders in the neighboring countries. So this conflict has disrupted agricultural activities, it has destroyed infrastructure, and has also restricted humanitarian access.
I mean, Sudan was already vulnerable even before this ongoing conflict that we're seeing there as well. So how much has this worsened the crisis? And in terms of humanitarian aid, are they even able to get enough for those people, millions of them who've been displaced as well?
So, Masa, thank you for that question. 2 points to note here. So Sudan was already experiencing several and severe challenges emanating from, of course, long-term political unrest, and in addition to what we already saw, that the currency devaluation, that actually we saw that the food prices had already increased quite severely in the country. But the current crisis has really aggravated the food security insecurity situation in the country. So more than 40 million of the population are currently facing high levels of acute food insecurity. The market disruptions and inflated prices have made food less accessible and less affordable to many people. In fact, prices today are about 350%. That's about 3.5 times above the 5-year average, or the last 5-year average. So this war has also displaced many people and forced them to leave their livelihoods and created a dependency on humanitarian aid. And to answer your question on how many people can access this aid, we've seen that there is a lot of barricades on the roads, and we've also seen humanitarian efforts being hindered, many of the trucks being looted or stores being looted. So many people are still in need of aid, but they are not able even to reach the aid that is available in the country.